Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video and welcome back to City Skylines. So last time we started filling in this area that we were working on, and it's coming along very nicely. I'm very happy with what we have accomplished so far. What was I going to say? No idea, just forgot. Great. Oh yeah, we still got a lot of zoning left to do in this general area, and then we're going to start making our way down here, all the way down here, up until this point. So, yeah, well, that's probably going to take a couple episodes to get through, seeing how slow our growth actually is. You know, what with demand fluctuating at such a high rate, to the point where I have to wait for it to creep back up, you know, and then I can finally meet the demands that people have. But, yeah. So there's that. I don't know what else we intend, if there's anything else I can do. What's the issue over here? You guys don't have enough raw materials. Well, you're on oil, are you not? Or is the oil running dry? I think if the oil was running dry, it would tell me, so I'm not gonna bother with any of that. Doesn't look like there are any significant problems at the moment, just sporadic things all over the place. That is what sporadic means. Redundancy. I know. We still have some office demand, but these guys haven't filled in their spaces yet, so we're not gonna do anything there. Where does this road lead again? It leads back onto the highway, right? Yeah, right there, I think. Alright. Just wanted to make sure. I couldn't remember. It's been a few days since I played this game, so my memory gets clogged with other things. Obviously, I mean, I don't live and breathe City Skylines. You know, as nice as that sounds, I don't. Can't afford to. Okay, so yeah, they'll fill in there. Should I put in trees here? It doesn't seem like it would make any sort of sense. Like, because, I don't know, like a forest in between two roads of office buildings. I don't know if that would make any sense. So, yeah, we're not gonna, we won't do that. I don't know. I was kind of just looking at that and thinking about it, because you guys know I don't like those open and empty spaces that sometimes have to be formed in between zones and everything. You know, so I like efficiency. I like being able to capitalize on all the space I have. So, yeah, I don't know. We're probably just going to leave it as it is. It's no big deal. I mean, I could... No, that probably wouldn't work, actually. Trying to squeeze, like, some sort of park in there. I mean, it wouldn't be a half-bad idea, but trying to squeeze one in there wouldn't. And especially not being able to design the park the way I would want it to be designed. Probably wouldn't work out. I know I need to put in taxi stands eventually. But seeing that taxis aren't used that much... Yeah, 7 people in total per week. Seeing that they're not used that much, I don't really see a point in putting them in yet. And I don't really understand why the taxis aren't used more. I've put them in a majority of the urban areas, except for probably this entire section here, because that would be a fucking hassle to go through and do. But... yeah, I don't know. We'll go... Jeez, look at all the fucking ambulances. That's like 6 ambulances getting onto the highway. What happened, man? Was there a shooting? Was there a hostage situation? Was there a bombing? I don't know. Sometimes the public services, the emergency services, rather, in this city... like the way they commute seeing how many there actually are. You know, like, look, one would think that there was like a shooting or some massive tragedy or whatever that occurred, because there's so many that they travel in bunches, and, you know, in that particular case over there, they are completely caught in traffic, which there's no way for me to alleviate this traffic over here. There's no way. I've tried. I created a new bridge over here that barely anybody uses, because they all think that this is the more efficient way. At least in SimCity, I think they might have done, I can't recall exactly because I haven't played that game in such a long time, but at least in SimCity, if there was traffic like this, the AI would find another way. And supposedly that's what happens in this game too, but seeing how this is, I don't think so. But if the AI, like in SimCity, if the AI was caught in this traffic, they would try and find another way, you know, and so this bridge would be getting much more usage if I was playing SimCity, which I'm not. So that's one thing I can give SimCity credit for, but that's one of the only things I can give SimCity credit for over this game. Because let's face it, this game's phenomenal. SimCity 2013 is not, was not, never will be. You know, so, I don't know. That was just my 2 cents on what I think about the traffic AI in this game, which definitely needs some improvement overall, especially in regards to emergency services and the way they travel, like in terms of finding different routes and everything. There's definitely room for improvement there, but it's not that bad, you know. That's like one of the only places that occurs. I mean, there are a couple more places, but it's not nearly as bad as that place. And they are few. Wait, is it far and in between? I don't know. I don't know the fucking phrase. I'm not a smart person, in case you haven't noticed yet. Okay. So we're gonna start. We're actually gonna come back over here and start zoning. Seeing that we already have buildings here, I mean, that would be smart. Is this recycling center? Yeah, this recycling center is facing this way. Not sure if I meant to do that. I mean, I might have, you know, not wanting it on the avenue or anything, but now looking at it, it doesn't seem like, I don't know, too smart of an idea. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm not going to bother changing it for that reason. It's too much of a hassle. How are things coming along here? We're going to get these 1x1 buildings here popping up, which they don't look good if there is like a long line of them, but I'll leave it alone in this case because it's not worth it changing it, honestly, for that reason, because then we would just have a line over here in this area and that wouldn't look as good. At least with those buildings there in that line on the avenue, it looks a bit more natural than it would if it was on this street here. So at least it's got that going for it. I'll give them that zone as well. Residential demand is coming up a little bit, not all that much. No one has come in here yet. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't know if... Oh, now I remember, by the way. I don't know if SimCity 4 does this or did this, but in this game what I've noticed, and I really like, is that if you have a specific zone that doesn't match a building, like a building, building's dimensions, any building's dimensions in the game, City Skylines will put a building in that matches some other dimension, like some other space in there to make up for it. Like, for example, here we had this. Here, let me pull it up. We had this really weird shaped zone, and so what City Skylines did is it had 2 buildings put in to replace it. They had two 1x1 buildings put in. So City Skylines does that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if SimCity 4 does that. I haven't played that game in a while either, but it just popped into my head and I was thinking about it. So if any of you guys play SimCity 4 avidly, you're a part of that modding community and that community in general, which, by the way, Simtropolis, good place to go. And SC4 Devotion, which is a solely SimCity 4 based website. Simtropolis is for all city builders, but what was I going to say? Yeah, Simtropolis is a good place to go. SC4 Devotion is a good place to go to get your SimCity 4 fix, get a bunch of mods for the game, and talk with a bunch of players and people. There are active communities on both websites, trust me. A very active community on Simtropolis. Not so active community on SC4 Devotion, but still active nonetheless. So, in Simtropolis, they are running that thing like a fucking machine, honestly. Like, there's over 1 million members on that website. I'm pretty sure, anyway. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. They're constantly updating the website. They're holding contests. They're doing all sorts of shit on there. It's a fun place to be. I mean, it tempts me to want to get back into that site again and be active on there, but I can't. And not because, like, I don't want to. It's because, like, I'm not nearly as much of a SimCity 4 fan as those guys on there are. So I know almost nothing about the game. I mean, believe me, I've logged a ton of time into that game, but that was such a long time ago that I can't remember any of this stuff now. So I would have nothing to talk about. Now, SimCity 2013 is still something that is lodged inside my brain and I could talk about, but no one wants to talk about that game anymore because there's City Skylines, and SimCity 2013 was never good in the first place. So, yeah. I mean, I still get messages from people saying, hey, thank you for making those mods for the game. And I'm like, you're welcome. It's nice being appreciated. But yeah. I miss those days when I used to mod for the game and I would put out videos talking about my mods, other people's mods. And I miss how active that SC 2013 community once was. It's definitely not active anymore. Frankly, it's dead. But, you know, I miss that. You know, I miss talking with people who had similar interest in that regard. Were so invested into that game, they wanted to make it better, you know, for everybody, you know. I miss that. But hey, time goes on, people move on to other things. I could always get into City Skylines modding, but that seems complex on its own. And then again, SC 2013 modding, getting into that was pretty difficult as well. I don't know. I mean, I could, but I don't think I really want to. I think my modding days for video games are behind me, even though I only modded for SC 2013. And I believe I put out like over 60 mods for that game. And a lot of those mods were simple mods. I will be the first to admit that. But they were mods nonetheless, and they took time and work. So, yeah. Memories. Walking down memory lane. Not even sure if that's a song. Don't care. Don't care. Okay, so we have some more residential demand. I said that before, but I never really did anything about it. I can start putting in zones in a couple different places. Let people take their time to get buildings there. Okay, we got those offices coming in. I zoned right there. Cool. You know what's odd to me, actually, in this game, and I'm not sure if I've talked about it before, but what's odd to me is that when you have a road that has solely offices on there, like, it's just a road for offices, like, I don't know, not the avenue, but possibly this road here. There's almost no traffic on that road, and that's what's odd to me, because every place I live relatively close to an area where there are office parks everywhere. There are there's a district in the town next to my town, the town over, there's a district there where there are just offices everywhere. And the traffic there, no matter what time you go, you know, except possibly for past like 10 o'clock at night, those roads are packed and it is highly congested. So that's why I don't understand why there's such a lackluster amount of traffic in this game where offices are prominent. You see a majority of the traffic come into play when you put in those commercial buildings, as in where people go and shop, which also makes sense. But I feel like there would still be a lot of traffic for offices. And the way this game is designed is where it has citizens working from one time period to the next. So, you know, like right now, it'd probably be middle of the day when people are working. You know, the way this game is designed is it's going to have a majority of the citizens working at this time, so there isn't as much traffic on the road. But, you know, maybe during rush hour, there's a bit more. But even during rush hour, I've noticed that these roads aren't clogged, which I don't understand. I know, like, only, well, not, I guess not only, but it's a small amount of citizens compared to the number of citizens that live here. So we got 2,000 per week using the buses. So they can't all be using the buses by any means. So I don't know how they're commuting. You know, I don't know how they're commuting without like clogging up these roads or anything. You know, I don't know. That's just what I've noticed over time while playing this game. And I might have talked about it before in a previous episode, so I apologize if I have. I get sidetracked, you know. I mean, well, not sidetracked. That's not what I meant. That's not the word I was looking for. I lose my memory of stuff I've talked about in the past, and then I end up, you know, regurgitating what I've talked about in newer episodes. That's how it is with a long-running series, man. You run out of stuff to say, and then you regurgitate stuff that you don't even remember talking about in the first place, you know? You gotta find new shit to talk about when you're doing these long-running series. And I feel like I have, for the most part, you know? Occasionally I'll regurgitate. But, for the most part, I feel like I've done a pretty good job of keeping new conversations flowing. To keep the videos entertaining. To keep you guys interested. You know what? I've been thinking about it for like the past minute. Where I've gone silent. And I want to have a road cross this river and then hook up right here. I feel like that would, I don't know, it probably wouldn't get used very much, but I feel like it's necessary anyway. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now before I forget. And then we'll call it an episode after that. Okay, wait, hang on. Alright, there we go. That's how I want it. So like right about here, I think, would be ideal. I mean, I think. Don't really know. Come on. Don't do this to me, game. Come on. Give me the angle I want. You stoop. Page up. I hope you guys realize that half the time when I raise my voice like that, I'm not actually mad. You know. I feel like that may be something that people think. I never actually get mad. Well, that's not true. I do actually get mad at a lot of different things. But most of the time, you won't notice. As in, I mean, fuck, that's not what I meant to say. My brain and what my mouth are on two completely different planes here. Most of the time, though, when I raise my voice, I'm not mad. I'm just doing it for the camera. Or, in my case, the microphone. That's what I meant to say. You'll notice when I legitimately get mad, because I'll have a different tone of voice. You know, so that's what I meant to say. Jesus Christ. I'm so bad with my words, man. You guys have no idea. Well, maybe you do, actually. Maybe you're like, damn, this guy named Captain, man, he's fucking horrible with his words, man. And I am. I'm so bad with my words, man. Shit. Oh, that's why it's giving me a problem. Oh, man, it's because the wires for the bridge are right there. So if I position it, like, if I go like this, it's kind of weird looking. So maybe I can curve it, make it look better. You know, because I don't like it when things don't look the way I want them to. I can't stand it, actually. Oh, come on! Actually, it makes no difference. Because it's still gonna just look just as bad, even if it is curved. So we're just gonna... Come on, where was the... There was an, like a blue option, like last time. Why is it giving me shit now? Is it because I had to do this? No. This is not a 90-degree angle, by the way. That is not a... Well, yes it is, but not in the way I want it to be. Wait. Oh, shit. We could do this, and then curve the road like this. Oh, come on, baby. Work. Give me a spot where this can function. Am I too close? Oh. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. This is appearing to be a lot harder than that. Than the easy peasy lemon squeezy stuff. Wait. Here we go. Wait. No. Can I get a spot? Yeah, there we go. That's a good spot. No, just give me... There we go. Alright. So that doesn't look that bad. It almost looks like it's part of that highway interchange. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, I hate it when there are sharper, like, angles like this, but it's fine. It'll work. Because I can't get it any other way. So I'm gonna just have to live with that. So, alright, there's that. Let's see how many people end up starting to use it. If anybody at all. Let's get a nicer view of it. Anybody coming to use this avenue? This brand new avenue I put in, crossing the river? You don't have to get on the highway anymore to get over here. You can just use this road that no one is using. Ah, here we go. We got a truck transporting materials. That's cool. That's one car, though. Here's another one. They're all coming in from this way, which works fine. I mean, I understand why they wouldn't need to come in from this way. If they're already on the highway, they don't need to get off just so they can get on this road. And then, hey, there's a car going this way. Never mind. But hey, I'm glad people are using this road, actually. It's nice. It's good. It's good. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to leave this episode here. We accomplished some more things today. We didn't do too much in terms of zoning, but we did put in this brand new road, which was a fucking hassle. And we talked about a variety of different things. I feel like we had some very good conversations today. So, if you want to give if you want to leave an opinion on anything I talked about today, let me know down in the comment section below. I will always engage in conversations with you guys. So, and I'm more than happy to, actually. So, by all means, go ahead. If you want to see more City Skylines, let me know down in the comment section below. Like the video and share it with your friends. It lets me know that you want to see more of any game series I do here on the channel. Link down to the game is in the description box below. If you want to pick it up, by all means, go ahead. If you don't, perfectly fine as well. The game is $30 on Steam, unless it's on sale right now. But if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for more gaming content and play all sorts of games on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll talk to you later.